What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Hopefully you're having a good day. It's been hot. It's been a day, it's been a week, it's been something. So I just had to run up to Mazda. I just went and got some stuff. So I got a very expensive PCV valve. This was 25 bucks, but it's from a Mazda 323 GTX, which is a turbo car, which it is diaphragmed a little bit differently. And I had to go get a new idler control valve gasket because picked up a different one, picked up a better one. Hopefully it works. It shows 12 ohms of resistance, so it should be working. So that's what we're doing today. We're getting that installed. Hopefully we fix the Miata. Hopefully we have a fixed Miata. I don't know. So I need to get this idler control valve swapped out. Pretty simple. Just got to pull this tube off for going to the throttle body, unbolt the throttle body, and it's on the bottom of the throttle body. It's only held in with like 3 Phillips head screws, I think, and then 2 cooling lines. So hopefully I don't spill too much, but I haven't ran the car in a few hours, so it should be okay. And then, yeah, new gasket. I had to swing by O'Reilly's and order a throttle body gasket because mine is torn. It's like 2 pieces right around there. So that'll be here in a couple hours. And then for now, at least, I'm gonna try and get this other control valve put on, and I can still fire up the car. The throttle body I don't think leaks, but because it is split, I do want to replace that. So let's get started. So it's held on with 3 screws, 1 in each corner, and pops right off. So there's a few different ways these things can fail. In my instance, I know mine is bad. I went through a few different tests. So I checked for continuity from the ECU pin to the connector that goes into here. I checked for continuity between the connector and chassis ground. I checked for voltage at the connector that goes to the IAC. I had the 13.8 volts when I was idling. Unplugging the idler control valve when the car was idling did not change anything. And then on the ECU that I'm running, the default command for idle whenever this thing is not working is 1300 to 1800, I think, and that's exactly where mine is idling, is right around 1400 most of the time. And then I also checked for continuity, or I'm sorry, resistance in ohms between the 2 pins on here. So from what I've read, you're supposed to have about 12 ohms of resistance between these 2 pins. So this is my old one. This is my used new one that I got from a parts car. So I haven't checked this one yet, hoping it has 12 ohms, but I know this one has about 8. So let me show you guys really quick. So you guys can see right here, this is the ohm screen. I'm doing it within, I don't know what these settings all mean. I just know that this one is ohms. To be honest, I don't do electrical stuff really. But yeah, so this one, when I originally checked it before I cleaned it, it was showing only 8 ohms of resistance, and this one should be around 12, 13 or whatever. So I mean, got to account for the connectors themselves. So we got 0.7. So let's go on the old one. So we're showing 33 ohms pretty much. That's, I feel like, yeah, I don't know what it means when it's too high, but I feel like that means it's a bad circuit or something. So let's try the other one. So 13.3 minus 7.8 or whatever. So yeah, we're right around 12.5, right where we should be. So this one, in theory, should be the lucky winner. So I'm gonna go ahead, put this on. I got a brand new gasket here since this other one was all flattened out and swollen. And we can fire it up and bleed it. In my original case, the car was idling very high. No matter what we would set the command points to for the idler control valve, it would not make a difference, like I said. But then after I cleaned it, it started surging a lot, and then obviously the resistance was much higher than I think it needs to be, and much higher than it definitely was before. So I believe the electric solenoid in this one is just dead, so that's why I needed to replace mine. So if you need a new one, there's your part number. Now that fits in there perfect. The other one would not fit like at all, so nice. Got it all hooked back up. I'm gonna go ahead and jack the front of the car up now so I can bleed the cooling system, because I did let some coolant out, which means I did let some air into the system. So we gotta bleed it. Just out of a hunch, I sprayed some brake cleaner around the throttle body and it did almost kill the car. So I do have a vacuum leak, but again, that's why I ordered that gasket. Other than that though, I just blew up the throttle. It was surging a little bit. I just kind of touched the throttle a little bit and now it seemed to have smoothed out about 900. So I really hope this is a winner. I'm gonna just let it bleed for a while and see what happens, and then change that gasket and go from there. So one of the other things I gotta do is straighten my exhaust. I'm still having vibration issues against my steering shaft. That's my fault. I built the downpipe very tight tolerance, and I just, yeah, being lazy, I didn't align it right when I fixed my flange. But I'm gonna slap this on real quick. Real brain buster here to get this thing on. Let me show you. Bear with me here. Gonna have to pull it out like that. Pull this, well, I guess you don't even need to pull the hose off. And then, okay, I need both hands, but yeah, just pull it off the hose. Oh, this one's nice and crusty. Barely makes any noise anymore, which means the valve is getting clogged anyway. So yeah, this one I guess has a metal diaphragm inside. Do you hear that? That compared to this one's definitely cleaner. So, yep, we're just gonna slap this back in here. So we're gonna slide that right over that. I'm gonna need a clamp though. Just need a small clamp because this one's a little bit tinier, so I don't really know if I trust this clamp. What about this clamp? Nah, it's still the same cheap clamp. Whatever. We'll try it. New healthy PCV. So pretty much the point of that, the reason I switched to that one, I don't know if I said it earlier, but it pretty much is to just help prevent boost pressure from getting into the crankcase. Because that valve is only supposed to be open at certain times or whatever, blah blah blah, so boost pressure goes into the intake, and the extra air, venting, whatever, crankcase, we don't need that valve opening allowing boost pressure to get in there and blow out some seals or something. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that's the general idea. Selling this thing in a few minutes, guys, actually I was getting $100 out of that, because even if I just took the turbo off of here, with this ECU I run a map sensor instead, so I don't even have to worry about my math. But yeah, now for the downpipe. You can't see it because there's crap in the way. I can see it, but yeah, I only have about that much room between my downpipe and my thing. But I have more room down there, so I'm gonna jack the back of the car up, loosen up my V-bands a little bit, and just push the exhaust over just a little bit. Alright, so car's up on stands. Let's try and loosen this up a little bit. So this section just needs to rotate that way, but I do have to rotate the rest of the exhaust to match it. We'll loosen that one a bit. Well, that one was already loose. That's probably where my exhaust light got hurt, came from earlier. Another one back here. Loosen that a little bit. I got one more back there, but we should be okay with just this. Now we're just gonna try and scoot it a little bit closer to the transmission there. Yeah, kind of like that. And then just tighten it back down. Should be good. Got that tightened up. Just getting the car off the stands. You guys know this low life, the whole double jack thing. Seems like we're still kind of shaking around. Oh, okay, well my hanger is doo-doo, so I need to throw a hose clamp on that hanger and suck that up a little bit. Let me do that. I like how I was able to rotate the back section to get my tips leveled back out, so I think I sucked the clamp up a little too high, so hopefully this doesn't melt, but if it does, it's not the end of the world. It's not anything. It's gonna come off when I make a diffuser anyway. So, car should be good now, just waiting on that O'Reilly's call. I'm sure the gasket already came in, they just haven't called me yet. So once this guy comes and picks up this MAF sensor, I'm gonna run down to O'Reilly's, see if I can't pick that up. Just remember something else I was going to do on this thing, since I'm changing out the fuel pump here soon. I think I'm probably going to have to order it today because my local shops that I messaged have not got back to me if they have any pumps laying around, or not laying around, you know, but like that they can sell. Nobody seems to carry them local, so I'm going to just go ahead and order probably the Beachworks 200, or the, yeah, I think that's what it is. But yeah, not too expensive, don't need anything crazy, but I'm going to do the fuel filter as well, and I forgot to order one, so I'm going to have to swing by, and hopefully O'Reilly's maybe has one in stock. We'll see, but trying to get this thing sorted out. You know, this stupid misfire, plugs are gapped. Hopefully this IAC helps. I think maybe running out a little bit of a fuel because my fuel pump was dying on the dyno, maxing out super low. I don't know, but we're gonna get this figured out. It's just a matter of when, but we're gonna get this sorted out. But it is so frustrating because I just want to be able to rip the piss out of this car, but I can't, even if it was running fine anyway because it's too hot out. But you guys know what I mean, and I still need hood vents, so if any of you guys want to donate me some funds to get some nice hood vents for this thing, hit me up. I don't know if you guys noticed yet, but I do have these red wires. I actually got these from a buddy that only had them on his Miata for maybe 1,000 or 2 miles. These are the MagnaCore 8.5mm racing cables, I believe. So Miata ignition systems are pretty weak as is, so this actually did help with a little bit of my misfire, stumbling outside a boost or whatever. So shout out, $130 wires, got them for 50 bucks, can't really complain. Throttle body gasket is, got it. I also picked up a fuel filter because I don't know if this one, when the last time it was changed, and you know, better safe than sorry. And I actually had a reward coupon, so I got this for a whole $1. Not too shabby. So I'm not gonna bore you guys with this throttle body gasket since you just watched me take that off. So I'm gonna swap that out really quick. And then the fuel pump, or fuel filter, I'm sorry. Yeah, I'll show you that really quick. It's pretty easy. That was way harder than it should have been to get that gasket off, so I don't doubt that that was the original. But it's off, it's clean. I'm gonna go ahead and slap this one on. Throttle body's good. Let's get this fuel filter swapped out really quick. Should just be a couple bolts. Relieve some of that pressure from the tank. Hopefully it don't spill on me as much. So unlike the Hondas, and not being on the firewall, these ones are back here under this plastic tray. That guy. So there it is with the cover off. So I just need to go grab some clamps. Pretty darn simple. 10mm bolt, unhook it, 2 clamps, slap it in. Presto changeo, you're done. Oh no. Alright, fuel filter's changed. That was a little messier than I expected, but we're done. I just fired up really quick to see if this throttle body gasket makes any sort of difference in the idle, and then we'll end this video. Got the computer hooked up because I did notice earlier my AFR, since my idle was a bit better and all that stuff, my AFRs were riching out a little bit, so I'm gonna have to adjust that. But let's see if this vacuum leak is gone. My stupid self forgot to hook up the map vacuum line, so let's try this again and see what happens. Coolant sensor 2. Oh, shut up. Let's go. That sounds a bit better. And that definitely looks a bit better. Oh, it's auto tuning right now, so at my idle. But yeah. Don't start this crap. Alright guys, so I ended up getting the idle sorted. I had to add some fuel at the idle. On the VE table, the volumetric efficiency, fuel table, whatever. I added fuel. It's just because my injectors, the way they pulse and stuff like that, I found out I needed to run them richer, and it smoothed out the idle. Now the idle is still at 1200, but I did find out that my idler control valve, the valve is good. My ECU is apparently the problem. So I've been contacting Speedy. They helped me walk through the diagnostics process, and they're having me ship out the ECU on Monday to them because they believe it is a failed idle driver. So frustrating as all hell, but at least they're super responsive and helping me out this much, and just other people in general. They're very active on their community. So shout out to Isaac and Chris and Speedy. I'm gonna end this video here though, so if you guys enjoyed it, found it useful, funny, entertaining, anything at all, slap that like button. Be sure to subscribe if you're new to the channel, and go cop a sticker. Anyways guys, do so. I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.